Welcome to my YouTube channel. You've been hearing of postinor 2, what's the uses and the effect of these drugs. This video will be telling you about the effect of postinor 2, some of the uses, and it will highlight you on the details about these drugs. So after watching this video, try not to misuse the drugs or abuse the drugs to avoid you having effects of the drugs. This video is to create awareness, so stay safe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to my YouTube class. Welcome to my page. For the new ones, I say you're welcome. For the old ones, I say I love you. Today, I will be taking you on the effects of postinor 2. And these effects are being observed. Some do observe it after often use of postinor 2. Some do observe it immediately their first time of taking postinor 2. But before I start, I would like to tell you my name. My name is Chioma Mbamara. And I would like you to subscribe to my page. I would like you to share, comment, and share my video. Also click on the notification button to get notified when I make any video. Please share my video. Today I'll be telling you on the effects, some of the uses, and I will throw a little light on postinor 2. But did you know that we have postinor 1 and postinor 2? Okay, but I'll be teaching you on only postinor 2. What is postinor 2? Postinor 2 have been a rampant drugs. Some of our young girls these days, they abuse this drug. If you go to their handbags, you end up seeing it there. They carry it wherever they go. But I want to tell you on some of the effects and how to use the drugs. Don't abuse it. Okay? So, what is postinor 2? You'll be hearing of it. What's the uses and what's the effects? Postinor 2 is just an emergency contraceptive pills that can be used within 72 hours of unprotected sex. It contains an ingredient called levonorgestrel. Levonorgestrel is an ingredient being contained in postinor 2 that helps to prevent pregnancy. Postinor 2 is also an emergency contraceptive pills that helps to prevent the release of egg and also preventing the spermatozoa from reaching the released egg through thickening of the cervical mucus. So it helps to delay the release of egg. I want you to also note something about postinor 2. Too much of postinor 2 will weaken the womb, the walls of the womb, and also it can damage your uterus. Did you know? Too much of postinor 2, I said again, too much of postinor 2 will weaken the walls of the womb, and also it can damage your uterus. So now I'll be telling you on the uses of postinor 2, how it's been used and where it's been required. So you understand, I'll be telling you on the uses of postinor 2. It can be used in an unsuccessfully interrupted coitus. It can be used after rape. It can be used in the case of IUD loss or removal. IUD, which stands for intrauterine device. It can also be used when you observe a tear and you are not being confident in the condom, or it can also be used as, how will I put it, an inappropriate, if you use an inappropriate use of condom, you can make use of postinor 2. You can use as omitting the injection of 3 or more hormonal contraceptive tablet to be taken regularly. Now, I'll bring to you on some of the effects of postinor 2, and this effect, some do notice it once they take the postinor 2, and some notice it maybe often, as in they've been taking it often, and the effects of the drugs keep arising. So let me tell you the effect of postinor 2. The effect of postinor 2: nasal vomiting, breast tenderness, dizziness, headache, vaginal bleeding, and fatigue. You've been hearing of nasal. What's nasal? Nasal is a sensation or the urge to vomit. Like you're having a sensation, I want to throw up. The urge to vomit. So some nasal are short-lived and some are prolonged. It's an effect of taking postinor 2. You can also experience vomiting while taking postinor 2, and vomiting in such a way like throwing up. It's an effect. And throwing up is an involuntary expulsion of, it's an involuntary forceful expulsion of the contents of the stomach, either through the nose or the mouth. Vomiting, it's an effect of taking postinor 2. Some people also do notice stomach pain, abdominal pain. Be having this kind of pain and experiencing stomach pain. This includes the abdominal pains and the outer muscles of the stomach hurts badly. That's another effect of taking postinor 2. The fourth effect of taking postinor 2, diarrhea. Many people also observe diarrhea while taking postinor 2, and it's a common side effect. And diarrhea is when the bowel movement of your stomach becomes loose and watery. So diarrhea is passing out of watery bowel movement more than 3 or 4 times in a day. So you can see that taking postinor 2, you may have diarrhea. You experience diarrhea. And another one is breast tenderness, heaviness of the breast. So people also, if taking these drugs, it can make your breast tissue feel bumpy and dense, especially when the outer areas you may be having to feel of like heavy and bumpy pains and everything in your breast. So it's another effect of taking postinor 2, heaviness and dull pains of the breast. Your breasts become bulky and the rest of them. So another effect of taking postinor 2 is the vaginal bleeding. And this vaginal bleeding, it's another effect of postinor 2 that makes many women to have discomfort. Like many of them becomes worried, I'm bleeding, I'm spotted, and the rest of them. It's another effect of taking postinor 2, my sister. It's a rest assured effect because you are going to bleed. So some people experience spotting, while some experience light bleeding, some experience heavy bleeding for up to 1 month. And afterwards, and this effect, or will I say these symptoms, it goes on its own. So vaginal bleeding, it's another effect of taking postinor 2. Another effect of postinor 2 is skin reaction. Some people do notice skin reaction after taking postinor 2, and it end up itching them like allergic and the rest of them. So some end up having skin reactions, rashes, and the rest of them. It's a very big effect of taking postinor 2. Now I'll move to the question people want to hear about this product of postinor 2. Will it affect my womb? Will it affect my fertility, and if I take postinor 2, will it affect my ovulation and the rest of them? Now I'm going to answer you. Somebody asked me, can excessive use of postinor 2 cause infertility? My dear, no. Excessive use of postinor 2 cannot cause infertility. But excessive use of postinor 2 will weaken the wall of your womb, and it can damage your uterus. Once the wall of your womb is weak, it cannot carry a child, which you end up having miscarriage and the rest of them, or ectopic pregnancy and the rest of them. So excessive use of postinor 2, it will not cause infertility, but it will end up damaging your womb and your uterus. So I would like to tell you to know the range of using the drugs. Stop abusing it. Some people do take it on a daily basis and every week and the rest of them. Please don't abuse that drugs. And the second question is, how long can postinor 2 work in your body? It is best to work up to 72 hours. Postinor 2 can work up to 72 hours after having unprotected sex, but will reduce the risk of pregnancy if taken within 120 hours, which is 5 days after unprotected sex. Wow. So I will ask another question again. Those 3 sensitive questions, I've answered 2. Someone asked, what happens when postinor 2 is taken during ovulation? And there are 2 questions I will answer under this. It says, it is thought to reduce the chance of pregnancy in 2 ways if you take postinor 2 during ovulation. If taken before ovulation, it may delay the egg that have to be released during ovulation. If you take postinor 2 before your ovulation, it will delay the release of egg. And the second one under this question is, if taken after ovulation, it may interfere with the transport of the egg and the spermatozoa, so it will not fertilize. You see that when you take postinor 2 after your ovulation, it will just interfere between the egg and the spermatozoa once you carry out an unprotected sex. So if you take it after your ovulation, it will just interfere. So here you've seen the effect of postinor 2, and you have seen the uses. I answered some delicate questions under this postinor 2. I look forward to answer more questions. Yeah. Drop your questions on my comment section. Thank you for giving me listening ears. I hope and pray you learned from this so you won't abuse postinor 2. Excessive use of postinor 2 will weaken the walls of your womb and can also damage your uterus. Auntie, as you give me listening ear, I pray God bless you and keep you safe. Thank you once more. Thank you for your time. Do have a wonderful day. Thank you.